himself right there. And let's check out up top here. We do have OberstDane once again connecting everything together here. So he has pretty dominant control over the fuel at the moment. But as you can see, there's a lot of blinking going on this map here. So really, everything's kind of up in the air at the moment. But 2 capture points right now for OberstDane, 0 for Sergent3. Sergent3, by the way, as I said, really kind of really surprised me here with the tenacity of these riflemen. They have just stayed out here amongst all of these enemies and are actually doing quite a good job of just kind of taking care of them. There are 3 of them left getting vet 1 and now being backed up by a sniper. Okay, now you got to go. You're in heavy cover with flamethrower pioneers coming. Please get out of there now. He does, but we do have a nice little trench sniper sneaking around here now. So trench sniper taking some shots, doing its thing. Let's see if OberstDane is going to go ahead and flare up. Yes, he does. OberstDane, being a blitzkrieg commander, does have access to the flare ability and is using that very effectively to take out the sniper. I mean, he didn't take it out, but he at least revealed it and forced it to retreat. That's cool. And it gives him some sight over the area here. So let's once again take a look at OberstDane. It looks like he went and built a anti-tank gun. Now, I'm curious to know. I think it's always good to have an anti-tank gun, but honestly, if he would have earlier flared this base, he would have seen that there isn't even a supply depot up. So he probably could have afforded to get grenadiers out first and have kind of a stronger infantry presence, and then get an anti-tank gun. But obviously, I'm Captain Hindsight here. I can tell that he should have done that, but at the time, I think that was a reasonable choice, of course. So, taking a look around here, you can see a little bit of back capping going on by Sergent3. I gotta say, I gotta hand it to Sergent3. He's doing a great job of just kind of sneaking around and being annoying. This is exactly the kind of map you can be annoying on, especially by having these vulnerable capture points like this and this. Taking either of those out will deny your opponent their fuel, so he's definitely being annoying with that. Meanwhile, it looks like OberstDane is capping the center with his first squad of, brute stormtroopers. Look at that. I haven't really seen these guys. These were, I believe you can buy them from the store, but they were new as of the super secret Christmas patch, I think, the Ninja update. So, honestly, I forget what they do. They have a couple of grenade abilities. They have, like, a way to throw a cluster of grenades and then a grenade barrage or something like that. But honestly, I haven't really seen them used too much, so I'll keep an eye on them and see what happens. But meanwhile, this is a great positioning here. We've got the flamethrower engineers, but the Browning automatic riflemen, as well as a single sniper, kind of all grouped up here. Normally, you're vulnerable to things like mortars and stuff, but for the time being, that's not too bad. Sniper is very well protected, definitely going to get a bunch of free kills, and everybody else is in super duper heavy green cover there. So that's looking pretty good. OberstDane is just kind of repositioning. No, not retreating or anything like that, just, moving around. Heavy machine gun team still doing a good job of covering it here. And now is a point where I think it's interesting to note the sort of fluid dynamics of this map. Again, Sniper's doing a pretty good job. And whoa, Gustav just jumped up on my lap. Hello, kitty. How are you doing? So Gustav says hello to all of you out there, my little black kitty. But whoa, he's bumping my mouse around. Stop it, dude. Come on, seriously. I'm doing a cast here. All right. So I think it's important to note here. Great pressure coming through the middle here. But you can see OberstDane actually understands the fluid dynamics of this map. If you notice this position here, and this is just lots of brilliant fighting going on. We have a flare down on the ground, but it's kind of really benefiting nobody. Everybody's very exposed here. I'm going to let this fighting finish here first, and then I think I'll describe what I was just thinking about here, because obviously people are going to have to get out of here. Brute force, the brute stormtroopers are getting out of there, and wow, look at these riflemen are actually pushing on through here. This is really no man's land, but kind of backed by the sniper. Flamethrower engineers now really getting into the action here and chasing all of OberstDane's troops away. And oh, what was that? A single mortar team shot. Where do we have a mortar team? Right down here. 2 kills for the mortar team by OberstDane. I do like that a lot here, and it looks like the accomplished motorcycle is not going to have to get out of here. Dane clearly got that in order to scout for the sniper. So let's pause it for a second and just take a look at this part of the map here. So note that this is where the capture point is. Anybody who wants this capture point has to come up here, and you have to come up here if you're coming from the south. So really, a great idea is to just wall this area off and get machine guns like right around here, because as you can see, if you want to flank a defensive position here, your opponent has to really backtrack very far, get into the tunnels, and then come all the way out. And if you come out here, you can still get shot, but if you need to come out all the way over here, it's just very awkward. It's a very hard to flank position from the south. You kind of have to flank from the north, and once again, you're kind of got all these defenses up here. So I kind of think the name of the game for the Germans on this map is going to be to defend this area. I'm going to go ahead and let this replay keep going while I'm talking. But, I don't know about this particular barbed wire placement here. He obviously had something in mind, but that's not a bad idea. I think defending that center position like that is really good. So here we have OberstDane down here in the south now, trying to cap this victory point once again. Flamethrower Pioneers doing some damage, but oh, taking instant death from those Browning automatic wielding riflemen. Meanwhile, the rest of these Volksgrenadiers trying to stand their ground. We do have, it looks like Infantry Pillage is activated. I'm going to go ahead and swap over OberstDane at this point in the replay. Note the change in the minimap colors. You can see he is getting munitions and manpower from each kill, as well as getting heals. So that is enough to kind of counteract the Browning automatic rifle damage, and now it looks like he's going to retain control of the south. Note, by the way, that losing this point, once again, these engineers snuck in here, grabbed that point, and now OberstDane has none of this fuel from the upper area here. So these are all interesting dynamics. So looks like the Brute Stormtroopers, level 4, are back on the field with the heavy machine gun team, backed up by some Volksgrenadiers. So still 2 capture points to 1. Well, actually, it's about to be 2 capture points to 1. Score is 500 to OberstDane and 332 for Sergent3. Sergent3 is now finally getting his supply yard up. I think he was a little slow in doing that, but, you know, I like the fact that he got a bunch of snipers. He maybe doesn't need his heavy machine gun team, but you can see this double sniper squad is just prowling around here. This guy here is Vet 1 with 10 kills, and double sniper squad moving down the road. Looks like they're going to bump into a whole bunch of Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers sees them for a sec, turns, and takes double casualties, but ever vigilant. It looks like OberstDane has his flare in sight and causing them both to retreat. And now, having dealt with that menace, he's going to go ahead and capture this sort of stuff. It's worth noting, by the way, this map has a bunch of neutral bunkers. Some of the other maps used to favor these, or used to have these, feature these. That's the word. And but they took them out in the future, so they are here. I don't know how effective they are. I guess you could put a machine gun there and prevent people from trying to capture your fuel, but we'll see if anybody even uses those. Again, if you have a cool replay where people use those effectively, send it to me. I'm curious to know what some of the exploitations on this map are and how the general balance is. So, odd position here for the machine gun. Not bad, just kind of odd. But you can see that the mortar team for OberstDane is a great choice at this point. Looks like he killed a single machine gunner with that mortar shot, and he's just going to be kind of pelting away at these trenches right now. 7 kills for that mortar team. The Browning automatic riflemen are doing a great job. They kind of need to advance a little bit more, though. Standing still is asking for death, especially if you know that you've got mortars landing all around you. And this machine gun team not being as effective as it probably could be, but, you know, that's not too bad. So, riflemen now sneaking along. I'd love to see these riflemen try and flank this mortar team, but like I said, this is the point I was trying to make before. Even trying to flank through here, this machine gun just has to rotate a tiny bit, and suddenly you get suppressed trying to get up there. This is a very, very defensible position. So, let's see here. Mortar team still continuing to fire. Will these riflemen get any kills? They are in very heavy cover. You can just tell by the way that this looks that machine guns are going to take a while to kill them. But will this mortar team take any casualties? Looks like they're just going to kind of reposition, but now maybe they'll retreat now that they've taken their first kill. You can see guys retreating all over the place here. And now finally the riflemen do retreat and are just kind of charging through no man's land here. Maybe getting picked off by machine guns. Nope, looks like they're okay for today. So, down here, Sergent3 has got his riflemen once again, just kind of capping this central area. And as you can see, it completely disconnects that side of the map as soon as he does it. So unfortunately, OberstDane has access to none of his fuel. He controls 4 fuel points and has none of them. Well, other than this other one here on the right that he gets for free. Browning automatic rifle wielding Volksgrenadiers are on the scene right now, taking some shots, fighting uphill. Nice little green cover up here. Again, this is very reminiscent of the single-player campaign. If you guys haven't had a chance to play that yet, check it out. It's really fun. In fact, there's some really great moments in it. Moving right along here, we have, it looks like OberstDane went ahead and got his Sturm Armory up, and we do have a Puma armored car charging on in. Puma armored car right now doing a great job. And of course, since it looks like Sergent3 was so late in getting his motor pool up, and it isn't even up yet, there is no chance of there being even a single. Oh, here we go. We have Inspired Assault activated, by the way. Inspired Assault is finally activated here on these Volksgrenadiers. They are doing a great job firing away, and it looks like they are going to win the day at just a sliver of health. Anyhow, what I was trying to say before I am so distracted by all the action happening everywhere is that there is no anti-tank gun on the field for Sergent3. Therefore, this Puma armored car is quite unchallenged at the moment. Heavy machine gun team just kind of just kind of keeping it real here in the middle, backed up by a sniper. This is always a very powerful combination. Send the sniper out even. Don't even bother leaving him back here. Have him wandering around out here in no man's land, because not only does he provide sight for the machine gun team, but if he wants to take a pot shot and people try and come after him, the machine gun team will suppress them. So Puma Armored Car now, though, is probably going to put some pressure on this heavy machine gun team. Down south, capping the points once again. Looks like the Advanced Defense Engineers keeping it real, along with these riflemen here. Kind of people all over the place. Let's keep an eye on this action here. So these are the very wounded Browning automatic rifle wielding Volksgrenadiers, and they are heading out. And once again, Sergeant 3 is capping all of this area. So unfortunately, it's just Imperial Dane has the points. He just can't keep them connected, and that's going to be kind of one annoying feature of this map. I think that the underdog on the map, whoever happens to be losing, can continue being annoying just by capping those points over and over and over again. And by those points, I mean these points. So, looks like our Sturm Armory is now completed. And what does OberstDane make but the #1 mispronounced word that I am criticized for, the Nebelwerfer. I think I'm getting a little better at that. A lot of people have linked me very detailed, phonetically spelled out versions of that word. So, my condolences to all my German audience members. But yes, the Nebelwerfer is on the field, and it is raining.